So, The Christmas Chronicles. It is a Netflix movie from the year 2018, directed by the same director of the all-time classic, The Angry Birds movie. What interested me is that I do remember watching this movie all the way back in my senior school years, when my teacher didn't have other things to do. As a kid, I just go like, okay, it's a fine movie, I enjoyed it, and then moved on. Until I made this video because, am I seriously the only person in this entire globe remembers this movie? Anyone? Do any of you remember this film at all? Huh?
Boring!
No? Alright then. When you ask a daily average human and you say of them, think of a Christmas movie, The Christmas Chronicles is in a lot of people's minds. So upon reevaluation, I decided to watch it because man, it's just been years I've last seen this film. So I guess I'll just watch it if this film holds up today. So was this movie good the whole time? Did it redeem itself?
No.
Look, I'm not trying to glorify this movie as some kind of hidden underrated masterpiece that everyone must talk about, but rather in this video I'm going to critique the film, why the film didn't exactly renaissance its audience. While sure, not to say the movie is a complete train wreck from start to finish, there are a few things to appreciate, like the CGI quality, and you know what, it aged okay. Of course, here and there that some of the shots just look a bit off, but for what it is, it's alright. But also, there's this one moment where Kate just flies off from the sleigh and just something about the scream just made me like burst out in laughter. I don't know why, it's just so goofy. Though, seriously though, to make myself very clear, this video isn't meant to be this movie is the end of the world type video. I mean, come on. I don't over-exaggerate myself to prove a point, but that doesn't mean I do have my share of complaints about this movie, which I'm going to do it right now with 3 sections. Firstly, the writing of this film is vanilla. Something about the movie's writing is a bit awkward. I understand that you have to show the characters' conflict so the audience gets invested with their journeys. That's one way of writing, but that doesn't mean that the characters constantly talk the entire movie. Just every single moment of this film, and they just go on and on and on and on. Sure, so there are a few quiet moments here and there, but they're completely overshadowed by the absolute running time of the film, which I'm gonna get into later. Lines like,
I'm Santa Claus, Teddy, not Yoda.
All this.
Send in the troops!
The troops? The troops! Guys, Santa needs you!
Also, those weird ass minion elves doesn't help either for this film, although except for that one joke.
I'm going to saw through your dick!
Other Christmas movies like Home Alone, Polar Express, or more comparably, Claus. These films have much more range of compound, charismatic dialogue than just a one-liner or a reaction, as this movie to fall into. Secondly, the pacing drags on. This is a 1 hour and 46 length movie. Like, that is long. That is very long for a movie with a simple premise. Like, that is longer than most other Christmas movies with a shorter pacing. And that's just so insane for me, but yet the pacing just doesn't really go anywhere. For instance, the opening of the movie goes as Kate spotting Ted stealing a car, but when Ted gets back, the two brother and little sister just fight off each other, and the conflict started between Teddy and Kate. Then Kate got the brilliant idea by jumping in Santa's sleigh because the plot must happen somehow. And the rest of the film is to figuring out how to save Christmas. Seriously, is it me or this is one of the most contrived plot I have ever seen from a Netflix film? Like, do you see what I mean? I feel like what they could have done is that I feel like they could have spent time a lot more on the opening. And Kate and Teddy just gets on to say it's incredibly rushed. And the whole movie is rushed as well. Like they're trying to chase after the next scene after another. And most other scenes from the film are just very interchangeable. Like you just could cut so much stuff from the film and you could save like so much time. And plus some scenes would just cut here and while, like it does really get a bit distracting. And lastly, the characters are boring. The characters' arcs are incredibly shoehorned, to the point that the movie tries to give you the illusion that these characters are so likable. And they hug it out. That is so cute. Like, come on, I could give less of a flying f about them. Kate is just kinda eh. Look, I'm not trying to make a statement at all to blame the child actor, nor I do not endorse this idea. I'm judging the character from its writing perspective. All she does is to believe Santa is real, and she's standing to help Santa because she is a true believer. Isn't that progressive? For Teddy, look, I get his father died, which is the main driving force for Teddy. Emotional scene with Ted talking about his father's death. For an emotional scene and never bring it up again. Sure, it may feel wrapped nice in a bow, but while watching the scene, this could have been such an impactful scene. I feel kind of empty here, because at the start, it was established that Dad in fact died because he's no longer around. And we only ever seen him in cameras, and we only see footage of him. That's all we see from him. But what I'm trying to say is that the opening of the film is rushed itself. The reason why the movie even rushed it for 9 minutes so Kate and Teddy could call to adventure time. Like the film just forgets about the dad and the mother anyways, and she only like because how little screen time they get, it doesn't really impact the characters in any significant way, as this movie somewhat tried to convey of themes of family and friendship, but it doesn't really go further beyond this kind of idea. But what everyone can agree me on is Santa himself. Kurt Russell's as Santa is the best part of the movie. Both with his performance and costume looks great. Also, the song number is pretty decent and catchy. Hello, future TC here, and while editing this video, I actually did go on my way to watch the second movie. To summarize my thoughts on the movie, I thought this movie is probably one of the most nothing burger films I've ever seen. Like, this does not need to be a 1 hour 55 minutes long movie. Like, seriously, that long? And it doesn't even justify because the characters are bare bones with a very weak storyline and a laughable villain. And they just don't really do much for it. This just could have been like a, those freaking, those TV specials. Like, what's even the point of this movie? What are you even trying to achieve? I guess I shouldn't expect too high because it's the standard of Netflix quality. So yeah, the Christmas Chronicles Part 2 is painfully average. While this movie is far from the worst Christmas movie, it's a safe watch for the average viewer. But that's the thing. It's a safe watch, and it's just nothing of note. And it's just a lot of things you've kind of just already heard it from before. This movie just didn't endear the audience, as other Christmas movies that came before. Mainly it's the Christmas movies from the past decades are widely beloved by everyone. Even movies that are worse than the Christmas Chronicles. And one example that comes to mind is Red One. I mean, come on. Objectively, Red One is a worse movie simply because of the baffling decisions of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson making Santa cool and try hard, and just the absolute stupidity of this film. But if you ask me, what movie would I rather watch? I'm going to pick Red One. It's just because that it's so dumb and stupid, it has no self-awareness, and it makes it such an ironically memorable experience. Because at least for like Red One, at least I feel something other than satirical laughter and frustration. But for the Christmas Chronicles, you just kinda just feel a little empty in the stocking. It's basically just every other Christmas movie of themes that family is important. Save Christmas so everyone could be happily ever after. And the cherry on top is the main character save the world trope, where everyone is happy for the main character, conveniently. But with that said, what would you rather watch? A movie that doesn't try anything new with its themes or story premise the same thing? Or would you rather watch something that's completely different, going for a different thing, but a completely undermined meaning of Christmas? It's really up to you to judge, but for now, I give this movie a 2.5 stars, meaning it belongs to the D tier list. Bah humbug, that movie. But there's always next year, so have a Merry Christmas to you all.